Virgo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late April 2026. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Virgo collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for the beautiful Virgo collective in late April 2026? We are moving from Aries season right on into Taurus season. What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, and we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Virgo in late April. What's the vibe? What's the energy? Let's get this card out nice and quick, my good friends. There we go. Ask and you shall receive. Feels very people-y with this card, which doesn't have to be a bad thing. There's a lot of different energies showing up here with this card, because although it looks simple, like a lot of these oracle cards, there's multiple layers, but a lot of them do connect to others for some reason. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the April subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So as you can see, we have this bald dude right there. We have the lady. We got people and pictures and people walking in the background. So it's people, people, people. Now, for some, this could represent a community or a group, a social circle. And that varies, right? Is it coworkers? Maybe. Is it family members? Is it just a leisure hobby community? It's just a lot of people. So there could be a lot of different things showing up in this week's reading that kind of direct the energy towards others. Now, again, if you're in hermit mode, if you're not trying to be too social at the moment, this energy could be a little uncomfortable, depending. So watch out for feeling overwhelmed. You might be feeling and picking up the energy of other people more so than you normally do when this card is here. So again, it's not a bad thing. It's just there's a lot of people here. It feels busy, busy, busy to me. Another thing with this card, yeah, it could sometimes be connected to things like social media, like because there's so many different people all over the place. It's like a group think, group dynamic type of situation going on here. So again, for those my Virgos that are fellow empaths and that are very sensitive to other people's energy, you might want to lock that down here so you don't get overwhelmed. Or we could be looking at some kind of group thing. So we're just going to let them chill right there. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for the beautiful Virgos. And while we get this deck ready, let's talk about last week's reading. So it was titled A Big Ending, and you know how life can be. It's just like a never-ending cycle of like beginnings, endings, things shifting, things changing. And that isn't just last week. Like definitely the last few weeks, I've been seeing that more predominant in the Virgo energy. So there could be a lot of things shifting around, whether it's the situations you're going through, internal things, external things. And life is always changing, but these did seem a little more heavy. I don't even want to use like a word important, but they felt a little more major. So hopefully for the better, right? But we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards here for the beautiful Virgo collective. Cards are already trying to fly out of my hands here, my good friends. Let's get it going. Page of Swords, very observant. So we already have another person. So peoply, Virgo. I don't know what they're all doing. But we'll get that page tucked in right there by the amethyst. He could chill out for a minute. Let's get a couple more. Let's see what we got for Virgo. Okay, yeah, another person. Are we surprised? I mean, we got the King of Pentacles right here in the center. That is one of your power cards, so that's a good thing. Let's get one more. Let's get one more here. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, so we got the 3 of Pentacles. People, people, people everywhere. Okay. I mean, for some of you, this could be a good thing. That's for sure. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, you know me, I always love to look at the elements real quick because I feel like it frames the reading and shows us how the energy is going to be flowing. You have a pretty decent mix here of like external, internal energy, because we have air and then earth. Earth prominent. Now, earth is your comfort zone. That's your power element. So most of this could actually be very comfy for a lot of Virgos. Now, when it comes to Earth, the element itself, I think of security and stability, inner and outer. It's a big energy of routine, day to day life. When I look at pentacles, I think of pentacle mode. So, like work, career, business, money, finances. A lot of those things could be on your mind a little extra in this time. Maybe you're just in pentacle mode, just like working, working, working. That doesn't have to be a bad thing. It's like there's a lot of effort that goes into it. Could also be home and family. But the downside to earth energy, sometimes it could feel a little clunky. Sometimes there's resistance, right? Like it doesn't move quickly. So we need to make sure nothing's frustrating you. But in here, like on the front, we have air, total opposite, right? Now, air element is, if earth is very predictable and very steady, air is always flowing in different directions, right? Now, it is of the logical, pragmatic mind. So when I see air, I think of learning things, taking in information. So now's a great time to pack your brain with good new information. Huge when it comes to planning, strategy. Air is great when it comes to communication. The only downside to it, it could be a little flighty, it could be a little flaky, a little avoidant, cold and detached. So we want to really keep an eye as we move along. But let's go through and start building this out piece by piece. Position number one, we're starting with the Page of Swords. And as you can see, we started with that very peoply card. Now we got more people, and then even this card here on the back. They're coming from every angle here. So maybe that's a good thing for some of you. But when it comes to the Page of Swords, this could be an air sign in particular. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Now, I always link pages with youthful, younger, fresh, new type of energy. Again, it's not saying it's a younger individual, but like to me, it's fresh. It's a little green, if like so to speak, a little less experienced. And the thing about all pages, students and messengers. So this could be a conversation, a communication. Uh, Again, taking on information, that's a big thing here. So if you're trying to learn something new or trying to up your game, like this is great for packing in information. The thing with the Page of Swords, though, he's a little defensive, a little cautious, like he puts a little wall up. You see him there, he's got his little sword. So it's an energy that's kind of open, but not really. It's just defensive and skeptical. It is the Watcher of the Tarot deck. That's what almost every reader will tell you. So this card will also show up when there's something that Spirit wants you to keep a very close eye on. Maybe you're under the microscope. Maybe you're getting a little more attention now than you normally do, or that's in the energetic potential, especially with all these people showing up. You might have a certain magnetism to you. So that could be a good thing. The downside to the Page of Swords, sometimes it can be a little combative, right? So that's something we want to really keep an eye on. But there could just be some planning or observing going on when he shows up. Now, moving to the middle, we have one of your really strong power cards. We got the King of Pentacles himself, so big earth sign energy, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Remember, it's not gender specific. Kings represent control of their suit. So all that stuff I was saying about the earth element, that all goes into play here, where it's like, I'm taking care of this, taking care of that. I got all my ducks in a row. Normally, the King of Pentacles is like very solid, predictable. What you see is what you get. That's a great thing. Great for abundance, blessings. So this could really be a very good card, even if this isn't your energy in particular, if this is an energy you're stepping into. The only downside with the King of Pentacles, it could be a little stubborn. So maybe someone's being a little stubborn. Maybe someone's being a little set in their ways. That's very possible, which again, it's not a crime, but it's just something we want to keep an eye on as we move further, because sometimes this King of Pentacles could get a little wild too. Now, moving to the back end, we have the Three of Pentacles, which really solidifies this theme we've been having all reading. We see these people, they're all working together. Classically, this is one of the cards that could represent career, how we earn a living, how we earn money, or things we put effort into. But as with all threes in the tarot deck, it can represent group dynamics. So whether it's people in your circle, people that you have to work with, it's just someone in the circle, and there's just a lot of people. That's like a very strong message we're picking up this week. So hey, maybe you'll be a little more popular than you normally are, especially with all the watching. Maybe your phone's going to blow up more than it usually does, right? Lots of messages and calls. But the Three of Pentacles is teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. Normally, it's very smooth, very supportive. I think it's great. Now, the downside to it, as with any group situation or group dynamic, sometimes there are certain individuals that are not very easy to work with. Right? There's certain energies where it's like, oh, this energy is really, really tough to get along with. Or it could be someone that makes something more complex than it needs to be. For some Virgos, you might not feel like you're getting the proper assistance or help somewhere. So there's a lot of different angles we're looking at here. I want to dive deeper on all of it, my friends. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. And yeah, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation. I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the page. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Virgo, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, why is the Page of Swords here? Why is the page? Thank you. Cool. Okay. All right, so this energy, it's either being extremely cautious or it's an energy that's like very skeptical and or difficult to communicate with. So I have the Page of Pentacles in reverse underneath this Page of Swords. I still do think for a lot of Virgos, you might have a certain magnetism to you in this time, where there could just be a lot of people or a lot of things popping up where there's a lot of eyes on you. So just know that whether it is work or otherwise, it's like someone paying attention, someone's observing. And again, maybe some of you, that's how you're moving, right? When I see the Page of Swords with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, it's like, I'm going to think before I act here. I'm going to navigate this in a very cautious way. So again, for some of you, there might be a situation taking it seriously, right? Like this situation is serious. I'm going to navigate this slow and steady. I'm going to take my time and not rush this. That's a good thing. But yeah, there is this energy of it might just be difficult to talk to for some reason, because remember, like aces, just like pages, are fresh new type of energy, but they heavily tie into communication and conversation. So yeah, I see like the seriousness of the situation or someone like being very extra careful when it shows up. But yeah, to me, it could be a person that's difficult to talk to or a topic that's hard to talk about for some reason. So we're just going to leave it as that. Again, I still pick up the magnetism, so you might have some conversations that you're not too wild about having. That's very possible. Let's keep moving. We're going to see what's up with the king. And again, it's just like a flood of other people's energy too. I've been feeling that from front to back so far. So why is the King of Pentacles here? Why is the king here? Thank you. Okay. So this energy, Death card, don't get nervous about it, right? I always say like, oh, I know in popular media, it's like, oh, scary, scary Death card. To me, it is change. It's that Phoenix rising energy. It's kind of like a holdover from the energy I saw last week. So for a lot of Virgos, this could be like residual energy from what I've been feeling for a couple of weeks. Now, the Death card, big Scorpio energy. Cycles, rebirth, change, shifts of energy. But there is still this vibe where it's like, maybe I shouldn't. There could be like a thing or a situation where it's like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't do that. There's like this back and forth I'm picking up. There's like a decision where it's like, I should, but maybe I shouldn't. Maybe it would be good. Maybe it would be a wreck. I don't know what this is that somebody's considering. And again, it doesn't have to be you. It's like, so, I don't want to say it's someone doing mental gymnastics, but I'm seeing like a scale inside someone's brain weighing pros and cons. So again, there could be certain situations where you're just weighing the pros and cons, the good, the bad. How great can this go? How rough can this go? Nothing wrong with that, because remember, I was saying I see this cautious, calculated type of energy where it's like, I'm taking this seriously, whatever the situation is, and I'm not going to rush it. So again, for some of you, that could just be advice from spirit, where it's like, all right, don't be too quick to jump in, but don't be too quick to shut it down completely either. So there's something here about a middle path I'm picking up. Don't be too quick to jump in. Don't be too quick to shut it down. Because yeah, King of Pentacles with the Death card, that is one that could shut things down if it wants to. So we're going to keep moving. Yeah, they're very cautious energy here, but it doesn't feel bad to me. Let's keep moving. Let's go in on the Three of Pentacles, and we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow. Very intriguing reading this week, Virgo. So why is the Three of Pentacles here for my good friends? Thank you. Okay. I mean, we have the Seven of Swords in reverse. I don't know what this caution is. Is it a particular person? It could be. So we have the Seven of Swords in reverse underneath this Three of Pentacles. And I was getting something very similar in the Capricorn reading. Maybe it's an earth sign thing this week, where it's like, all right, just be careful who you allow in, be careful who you let in. But that seems to be what this energy is here in the front. So for some Virgos, there might be a very particular individual where Spirit's like, hey, this energy is coming at you. Just be cautious with it. or beware of it. I don't know. It doesn't feel like treachery. It doesn't feel like worst case scenario. But when I see the Seven of Swords, we see our pal there. He's making away with the Seven Swords, right? He's got his little fez hat on. In the positive sense, this card just represents hidden things, things that we don't see, things that are off our radar. Worst case scenario, it could be a little untrustworthy. It could be a little sneaky. So again, when I see it in reverse underneath the Three of Pentacles, and we've had this very cautious approach, again, that's a huge piece of advice. Whatever it is you're dealing with, I know it's not one size fits all. A lot of Virgos are dealing with a lot of different things, whether it's health, relationships, family, work, you name it. But there is this cautious approach that's necessary. So I don't want to go and scream and say this is a huge warning of some kind, but it's taking the middle path, taking the cautious approach. That's what we've been seeing. And there is a situation or something that Spirit's like, keep an eye on this one, Virgo. Just keep an eye on it for now. It'll become readily apparent to you in the near future how you should handle this. So let's go through and do a quick recap, and we'll get into the shadow. A lot of very specific messages. So again, only take what hits for you. But if we kindly look in the box, position number one, we got the Page of Pentacles with the Page of Swords with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse underneath it. Now, I did say this could be, something or someone that's a little difficult to speak to. It's like just very cautious. I have been getting the magnetism, so you could have a lot of people coming your way in this time, or just someone keeping an eye on something. That's very possible. We're picking up a lot of different messages. This energy is very cautious to speak, reach out, or start something. In the center, we have the King of Pentacles with the Death card, and this is an energy that's cautious to shut something down. It is that big transformational energy we've been seeing for a couple weeks. But yeah, to me, it's like, don't be too quick to shut something down. Don't be too quick to jump in. There's like this weighing that I'm picking up where someone's like, should I, shouldn't I? So there could be certain situations that you're treating seriously or with a cautious approach where you might need to, or someone might need to. Maybe you're advising someone of all this. Moving to the back end, we have the Three of Pentacles with the Seven of Swords in reverse underneath it. So again, there could be a person that Spirit wants you to keep an eye on or beware of in this time, where it's like, all right, you don't got to do anything drastic yet, but it's worth keeping an eye on. So lots of people coming at you too, just a lot of energy coming in. So keep that in mind. You might have to sift through it. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into that further. Let's see what's in the shadows. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for you, my friends. And yes, I always like to pull a shadow card here at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get you one. And yeah, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this going here. What do we got in the shadows for my Virgo friends? Thank you. Seven of Swords. So it's interesting to me that this card that we just kind of went a little in depth with is also showing up in the shadows. But the thing is, the Seven of Swords is a card that belongs in the shadows, right? Like it's someone or something that moves in the shadows. There is this mystery, this unknown. So again, I'm not sure if you're stepping into the great unknown when it comes to a situation or something. Maybe you're doing a lot of shadow work. That can be very possible when the Seven of Swords is here, where I'm like cleaning away energetic gunk. That's a good thing. But I think the big overarching theme, aside from all the people that we see potentially affecting the energy, is Spirit just saying caution. Like, just like we were seeing, there's like something about a middle path. There's something about like not being too quick to go off the hook. There's an energy that's not too quick to shut something down. So there might be something where Spirit's like, that energy will show its true colors at some point, or you just keep an eye on it and let it show it yourself, because there is something that's going to make itself known to you without you even having to force it to do it. So keep that in mind. Whether it's a person or a situation, it's like, now this will make itself known to you. One way or another. So we're going to put that Seven of Swords down right there, my beautiful friends. That's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The April subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation, or you'd like to have a chat with me, you can book a personal session with me at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. But for the April subscriber surprise, we're doing a nice winner's choice once again. At the end of the month, I will choose 3 lucky subscribers to either win their choice of the Gilded Tarot Royale, or one of the custom-made crystal pendants from my website, mastermetaphysics.com. So winner's choice. And if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, you can let me know down in the comments How much do you know about the meanings of tarot cards? Are you an expert reader? Are you a beginner, intermediate? Do you know a lot? Do you know a little? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my posts tab. YouTube changed it. And yeah, that's where it'll be, my friends. Much love, and I'll talk to you soon.